Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 9 of the Achieve and Leave series here on FIFA 19. We're very nearly at the end of our time at Chelsea, but we're still in with a shout of a number of trophies. We shall hopefully continue our good run in the Premier League and extend our lead, if not at least maintain our lead at the top of the table. We've had an extremely busy month with games in the Europa League and in the FA Cup as well. Arsenal twice, Tottenham twice, and obviously those games are going to take precedence over games like Fulham, Wolves and Cardiff. Everton are still having a decent season, as they always tend to do in career mode these days, but still not looking like they're going to threaten the top of the table, although they're there and thereabouts, I suppose. Same amount of points as Manchester City, but I don't see them maintaining that for the rest of the season. We will simulate this first game here against Fulham and hopefully come away with a victory. And I'm leaning towards simulating the first leg against Arsenal to then hopefully get a positive result so I can then play the second leg and only need to play one of the games against Arsenal, because I would like to play Tottenham in the Cup and Tottenham in the League if I can. Obviously, I'd like to extend our lead over Tottenham in the table and get ourselves through in the FA Cup if we can. But it's going to be difficult. It looks like actually we're going to lose here against Fulham, unless we equalise late on, which we do through Willian. Thank you very much. Had to play the rotation side there due to lack of fitness. But we get the victory, which is very, very pleasing. Although Callum Hudson is now out for 3 weeks, which is not very, very pleasing. Everton next, obviously going to start a strong side there. I would like to start a strong side against Arsenal as well. So we're really up against it with fixtures in this month, with games every 2 days now for the next 10 days or so. It's going to be particularly frustrating, but that is the way the cookie crumbles in career mode most of the time, especially when you're at a big side or you're competing in a number of different trophies. So we shall just have to try our best. Fingers crossed we can get a good result against Everton, and then a decent result against Arsenal as well. I will play the first string side in both the games against... Actually, I might start this at the same side I played against Fulham, against Everton. Oh, other than... Oh, jeeps. The squad is decimated at the minute by injury and by lack of stamina. Azpi's going to have to come out for Sepa Costa, and we shall put Edwards on the bench. Right. When simulating games, you do use less stamina. So hopefully that's going to help us with regards to this game and then the one against Arsenal as well. Obviously, I'm going to simulate the one against Wolves too. And then, like I said, I want to play both games against Tottenham. And then hopefully we can get a decent result against Arsenal. At least a neutral result against Arsenal in the first leg of the Champions League. And then we can potentially hopefully win the second leg and either take it from a draw to a win on aggregate, or increase our lead on aggregate, or turn around any potential deficit we may have on aggregate. But it's not going to be easy this month, regardless of everything that's going on. It's a draw against Everton, which will at least keep us clear of them for the time being. Up next is Arsenal, so things aren't going to get any easier. We have a press conference that we shall just delete. And now we shall simulate this one away from home against Arsenal and hope we get a positive result. At the very least, I'd like a draw. I think if we are to get a draw, then perhaps a score draw, so that we have at least the away goals in our pocket. But I'd take a 0-0 if you offered me it. Unfortunately, Mauro Icardi's missed a penalty in the 31st minute, and then Luka Modric gives us a lead, but Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang equalises 2 minutes later. Florenzi on for Piqué, which is a change you never thought you'd see Arsenal making ever. Kolasinac gives Arsenal a 2-1 lead. Can we equalise late on again? We cannot, but that is certainly recoverable in the second leg. And we shall try and do exactly that job in the second leg when we play that. Morata's frustrated at his lack of playtime. Well, you are about to play against Wolves here, my man, so don't complain too much. Here you go. Have a starting role to play against Wolves, and then maybe you can score the goals to give us 3 points. That would be nice. I'd rather not get 3 consecutive draws in the league. Hopefully we do... Oh, there you go. Callum Hudson-Odoi back into the starting lineup from being low on stamina. And said injured for 3 weeks, but he didn't actually miss a game, so that's fantastic, actually. And if Alvaro Morata even can get us a second to seal the victory, that would be great. 20 minutes to go, still 1-0 up. 10 minutes to go, still got the lead. Maximilian Philip equalises in the 82nd minute, and we only get a point. 3 consecutive draws in the Premier League. That's not particularly too pleasing. We do still have a decent lead at the top of the league, but Manchester City do have a game in hand on us, as do Spurs, who we play next, but we should be able to get a victory against them, I would like to think, with my stronger team, and that is exactly what we're going to try and do now. Tottenham's starting 11, Hugo Lloris in goal, Aurier, Vertonghen, Davinson Sanchez and Kyle Walker-Peters at left back, Müller, Dembele and Eriksen in the midfield, and then up top, Dele Alli sat behind Son and Kane, presumably. Immobile and Kane. Right, we bought a striker from Serie A in Mauro Icardi. They've bought a striker from Serie A in Ciro Immobile. Unfortunately, Mauro Icardi was too tired to feature in this game, so I am playing Morata up top. I've got kind of a mixed team with the second leg against Arsenal in the back of my mind. Mixed team here. Pedro starting, Ross Barkley starting. I've actually got Edwards at centre-back, so it's going to be an interesting one, to say the least. But hopefully we can come away with a good result and then follow that up with a positive result against Arsenal in the Europa League. Delivery could come in here from out wide and has done, but Willian intercepts. Eriksen picks his pass off. And still Tottenham come forward. Thiago Silva gets that up but not away as Zappacosta does the away bit. Willian gets caught on it by Dele Alli and we're still in trouble. Zappacosta again getting involved at right back. Eriksen into Harry Kane, under some pressure here from Tottenham, I think, to say the least. Dele Alli with the delivery, and Marcos Alonso gets to that first, and Pedro, this time, will complete the clearance. And Willian can keep that run going, actually. We'll look to send him in behind. If he can get there ahead of Kyle Walker-Peters, which is exactly what he's done. Willian looking to accelerate away! Willian makes it! Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0 in the 23rd minute. Time and time and time again, he is the man to pull us through. Immobile, Dembele, Müller. Good possession play by Tottenham, as they've shown all game long. It was a bit extravagant from Dele Alli. If that goes in, that's goal of the season right there. Thankfully for me, it was pretty comfortable for Kepa to deal with. Just squeeze that to Pedro. And Morata could send Willian away for a second time. In behind again. This last one was his 12th goal of the Premier League season, and he's not to get a 13th because Hugo Lloris makes a very good save. Take the corner himself, and Morata could be underneath this. Unfortunately, Thomas Müller was as the defender. Here is Edwards, the first time we've used him since we saw him arrive at the club. Nicely into Morata. Oh, I tried to return that back to Kovacic, but unfortunately the press with the defender won out there, but Immobile's headed that straight to Kepa. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Despite the fact we're playing a tired, rotated side, we're holding our own here against Tottenham and currently hold on to our 1-0 lead. Morata looking for Pedro. He's not going to win a battle of strength against Aurier. At least I would have thought, but he actually does. Alonso. Barkley finds Kante. Kante back to Barkley. Around to N'Golo again. Oh, I thought that was going to bury itself. And I was so excited for a brief moment, but it went wide of the post. Oh, N'Golo. So close yet so far. To Dele Alli. Runners around him. Dele to Kane. Oh, it's a beautiful ball through to Thomas Müller. We forced him backwards at least for now. Aurier into the middle. Thiago Silva away. Hopefully the referee will blow his half-time whistle. And indeed he does as Pedro gets the foot in. That's a solid first half for us. A couple of players are really starting to flag stamina-wise now. So we are going to have to perhaps lean on some changes halfway through the second half. Maybe even earlier on in the second half. Certainly could bring Ruben Loftus-Cheek on from N'Golo Kante to keep him as fresh as possible for the game against Arsenal. But everyone else is probably going to have to last the full game. Or I could perhaps take Thiago Silva off after about 60 minutes to bring on David Luiz. I need Rudiger's stamina to improve for the game against Arsenal. It's just a case of balancing and fine-tuning the team game by game. And so far, we're doing okay here against Tottenham. If we can avoid defeat in the Premier League games, as we have done so far, keep our lead at the top of the table, at least just stay top. I don't mind during this busy period if the lead lessens, as long as we stay top, and then we can get ourselves through and manage. Oh no! Eriksen equalises. We can manage things accordingly in the next month as well, but Christian Eriksen pulls one back for Tottenham, diving in there ahead of the defender. They are back level just 3.5 minutes into the second half. It's not the start to the second period that we needed. Immobile out wide looking for Walker-Peters. He too struggling for stamina, as you can see there. Decent ball in. Kepa can only punch. Barkley was an attempted clearance that fell straight to Dele Alli, and Eriksen draws a good save at the Spaniard second time around to ensure that we stay level for now. And Willian, again, looking to get in behind, but struggling up against a number of defenders. He's trying his absolute best, Willian, but so far, just the one goal for him and for us. I'm going to make those changes now that I was contemplating earlier on. We should take Kante off for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, bring Thiago Silva off for David Luiz, and I might bring Hudson-Odoi on for Willian, just to make sure he's as fresh as possible for the game against Arsenal. At some point, we will have to prioritise one competition over another, but for the time being, we shall try and stay competitive in all three. Good for Walker Peters, who's dead on his feet now. Morata gets the foot in. Walker Peters away again and gets the ball in. Immobile, Ericsson, that's blocked. Please win that header. He hasn't. Kane will tip that straight into Kepa's hands. Neither side really threatened much in this second half since that goal. Everyone, I think, is struggling for stamina at this stage. Morata looks for Ross Barkley. Ericsson's closing me down. Got options. Morata's there again and around the corner. Oh, if I could have just played the pass. Was a teammate making a good run and made those changes in around about the 60th minute. And as we approach the 80th minute, they are yet to enter the field, unfortunately. There has yet to be a break in the play, whether it be for throw-in or a free kick or a goal or anything. Aurier into the middle and away by Edwards. Oh, I held my breath there because I had no idea where that was going. Two substitutes linking up well. Kovacic, I could have gone to Pedro. I didn't feel like he would have gotten to it. Oh, that break for Kovacic, it won't. That might have been the moment to see us win the game. And now, with having had players flood forward to help with that attack, we are a little bit short on numbers at the back ourselves. Here's Mateo Kovacic trying to close down Serge Aurier. Everyone is dead. Seems every side is struggling with the rotation of the teams needed at this stage of the season to be competitive in such a high quantity and high volume of games. And a bar comes to our rescue at the very end. Otherwise, we might well have lost this fixture. That was a huge miss from Ciro Immobile. How he hasn't scored there to give Tottenham the win, I cannot tell you. For all of our missed chances, that has saved us a point. Oh, dearie me. Wow. I can't quite believe we haven't lost there. In that occasion, I will take the point. Cool. Up next for us is Arsenal in the Europa League, where again, we won't be at full strength or full stamina, but we shall try and have the maximum amount of impact on the results we possibly can. We shall hopefully get ourselves through to the next round of the Europa League. We struggled in the last round to get ourselves through against Aves. After a 2-1 defeat in the first leg there, we went through on away goals after the second leg and a 1-0 win. I'd certainly take that again now. Right, Arsenal, Bernd Leno in goal, Bellerin, Ramsey, Lichtsteiner, Perotti. Oh, that was in number order, not formation order. That's still a very strong side. Now, of course, so far in this season, Arsenal have been my bogey team. I haven't yet had a good result against them, let alone a good performance against them. I am not confident, but we shall just have to wait and see how things go. The corner to Moses, early delivery in, Zappacosta's there to clear it away. Kovacic will challenge here but not get there. Ramsey flicks it on, Xhaka down to Perotti and Kepa makes a good save. Well, that was pretty undefendable, all the first touch passing. Thankfully, Kepa comes to my rescue. They take the corner short and Perotti turns back into Modric, somehow walks through the challenge. Moses, what are you doing, Victor? Falling over. How that's a foul, I've no idea. Right, free kick then for Arsenal. Near the corner flag. This time they'll actually put it into the middle. Unlike the corner itself, Aubameyang delivers and Alonso heads away. It's only going to reach an Arsenal man though. They're in driving forward. They too aren't on full stamina at the beginning of this game. Ramsey's shot is blocked. It drops to Perotti, who drew a save out of Kepa earlier and has now hit the woodwork. Jesus wept. I hate playing against Arsenal. Perotti in behind Zappacosta. Ramsey's injured for Arsenal right now, but he's still able to continue for the time being. Though he might be coming off sooner rather than later. Icardi looking for the runner, Willian. Finds only Piqué. Kante battling well against the Spaniard though. And we come away with the ball again. Good hold-up play by Mauro Icardi. That brilliant footwork to keep hold of possession. He's played in again. Nazar's around the corner, but Piqué in the way again. For a second time, Mauro Icardi does brilliantly to keep hold of possession. Hazard across here to Luka Modric. He's getting very busy in the middle now. Hazard around the corner. Mauro Icardi out of his feet and draws a good save out of Bernd Leno. We do only need a 1-0 victory, but we do also have to score. We have to score to go through. We perhaps will rely on that away goal again. Oh, no. I tried to cancel that shot. Oh. Well, they've hit the woodwork. We've hit the woodwork. We stay at 0-0. He finds Icardi. Kovacic will look for Hazard, who finally has gotten away from Hector Bellerin, who's been keeping Eden Hazard in his back pocket all game long. Icardi, I'll look for Willian if I can, and then around the corner for Modric. There's our away goal. There's our 1-0 lead. That might put us into the next round of the Europa League. Equally, it might not, but let's always think positive, shall we? Really nice move. Luka Modric, fresher, having missed the game against Tottenham earlier on in the week. Bosh. Yes. From Arsenal. Aubameyang in the box. This is dangerous. Oh, the footwork's superb, and he's got the option to lay it back. Doesn't need to. How has Kepa been beaten at his near post there? That's Arsenal nullifying our away goal. They are in front on aggregate again by 3-2 now. Broke through a couple of challenges there, Aubameyang. Really good footwork. Was it here? There to beat the man. Breaks through that challenge and then somehow squeezes that home. I don't quite know how Kepa has left his near, or why Kepa's left his near post that open. Right, back to the drawing board. We could now, to the detriment of stamina yet again, find ourselves going to extra time here. Moses. Football from Arsenal, trying to keep them out. They're trying to thread the needle at the back. Modric nearly gave that away. Pumped forward looking for Willian. If I can flick that to Icardi, we flicked it, but it doesn't find Icardi. We could have been in to get another. We do need to score at least once to stay in the tie, at the very least. Can't say to Modric. And then Kovacic is there. I do have changes in the offing, but they haven't yet had the opportunity to be made because of the ball not going out of play yet since I made them. It's kind of frustrating. Just means the players that are on the pitch just get more and more and more tired. And my fresh-legged players have less and less of an opportunity to make an impact. Chaka around the corner here to Victor Moses. Oh, it's going to reach Aubameyang. It's not. Zappacosta just gets to it. And Perotti, whilst trying to keep it in, takes it off the field. Right, 15 minutes to find 1 goal to force extra time, or 2 to go through. Alternatively, to find none and go out. Though that is obviously not on the agenda. Eden Hazard deflected and draws a good save out of Bernd Leno. We do something from the corner. Hazard takes it himself. It's a good delivery. Oh, Icardi flicked that against Aaron Ramsey, I think. It will be another corner. In it comes from Eden again. Oh, is that too close to the keeper? He punches there, Bernd Leno. He's trying to accelerate towards it with Thiago Silva, and he just didn't want to run. He's that tired. Aubameyang around the corner to Ramsey. Now Arsenal come on the counter. 10 minutes to go. Arsenal have, as we said earlier on, been our bogey team throughout this save so far. And it does appear that that's going to continue here. This would actually be, if it ends 1-1, our best result against Arsenal so far this season. But because of the defeat in the first leg, it will see us go out. They are in with a corner for Arsenal. Looped and dangerous. Thiago Silva heads away. Icardi trying to get to this first. Oh, does brilliantly to send Moses, but I need support arriving. Here's Eden Hazard. Willian is there, but we use Loftus-Cheek. Hazard again. Look for Willian. Please be onside. He's not. Bollocks. Icardi. There's Loftus-Cheek. Through to Eden Hazard again. Willian was free on the far side, but now finds himself being heavily marked, and Bernd Leno saves Arsenal's Europa League hopes. That is the save that knocks us out of the Europa League this season. I'm certain of it. I really don't think we'll score now in the final few seconds unless Mauro Icardi can find something magical here. Here's Loftus-Cheek out of his feet. The shot blocked. We'll find Kante. Icardi again looking for Hazard, who spins brilliantly. Eden Hazard in the last moments. Willian fouled. And he's offside. The ball's cannoned off him. It's not a penalty. He's offside. That is our Europa League journey over this year. We won't be winning this competition. 11 shots we've had in this game. And the referee almost certainly he is going to allow play to continue. Hazard turns, somehow keeps possession, whips it, and there is the final whistle. We are out of the Europa League. We won't be winning that tournament this year. The fixture congestion has just gotten too much for us. And unfortunately, with a mixed team, we don't have the strength in depth to be able to deal with the fixture list as it stands right now, and we are out of the Europa League. Leverkusen have knocked Liverpool out at this stage as well. Valencia are through. Sporting are through. Real Betis are through. Roma, Lazio and Inter Milan also through to the next round. But Chelsea out. Up next for us, FA Cup game against Spurs as we play them for a second time today. Hugo Lloris in goal for Tottenham. It looks like the same 11 that we just played against in the Premier League. Muller, Dembele, Eriksen. Was there somewhere else in? I don't think it was Dembele in central midfield in the last game, was it? There was someone else in there, but other than that, I believe that's the same 11. It may well have been Dembele. My memory fails me, unfortunately, but I don't think it was Dembele in there. Into Muller. The good thing about this save is that we have the opportunity through multiple seasons and multiple teams to win competitions that we aren't necessarily able to win in this first season. Oh, it's great football, and Hudson-Odoi is in, and we have a 1-0 lead. Get in! Callum Hudson-Odoi in the 23rd minute gives Chelsea a 1-0 lead against Tottenham. Isn't that the same minute Willian scored in against Tottenham earlier on in the episode? I'm pretty sure it is. We still have to be wary at the beginning of the second half then, but that's a really good move and a good finish from Hudson-Odoi. His first effort earlier on was blocked and went out for a corner. This time he finds the back of the net. Chelsea 1, Spurs 0. Oh, wow, what a header from Christensen. Bloody hell. Where's that come from? Here's Alvaro Morata. Squeezes it to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Trying to hold off Jan Vertonghen, but can't. That header from Christensen was outrageous. Just absolutely dominated the striker. Can we win it back off Immobile here? We can't. It's a nice ball, but Emerson picks it off superbly. Tottenham players flooding forward here, and anywhere will do for Andreas Christensen on that occasion. 34th minute. Tottenham looking for a way back into the game. They were able to find one in the league, and we only got a point. They're going to be able to find one in the cup. It would, of course, force a replay. Does it force a replay at this stage? I can't remember. They've changed the rules for the FA Cup. I think it might well go to extra time and penalties in the quarter-final. I can't quite remember. Oh, Kane's got the space here, but Kepa has the save. You'll have to let me know in the comments. I mean, we may well find out in this game. If we don't, let me know in the comment section if my memory's serving me correctly there and the rulings have changed for the quarter-final of the FA Cup. I genuinely can't remember. They change things regularly these days, and my old man brain can't keep up most of the time. God, nice drop of the shoulder by Gilmour, but the touch was pretty horrific. And now Ciro Immobile has the opportunity to cause Tottenham to equalise. Eriksen, oh, nicely done by Gilmour, making up for that previous mistake, forcing Tottenham backwards. If we can hold our 1-0 lead to half-time, I'd be delighted, and we should do now. There's Hazard. I see the space for Hudson-Odoi on the far side. It's a lovely ball out to him from Eden Hazard. Can we, well, look at the number of yellow shirts flooding forward. Can we get on the end of that? Morata hits the inside of the post. Oh, and Lloris nearly turns around and rolls into the net with it. We said we might have to be wary that Tottenham scored against us in the same minute that they did in the first game against them as we scored in the same minute in both games. It was actually nearly the other way around. Tottenham nearly conceded in the same minute as they did score in the first game against us earlier on in today's episode, but they weren't seeing the ball cross their line, although Hugo Lloris very nearly did it himself. Dele Alli. Muller. Oh, nice interception by Christensen, but somehow it's dropped back to Ciro Immobile, and Dele Alli's in, and Dele Alli scores. Right, okay. 1-1 against Tottenham again. It was Christian Eriksen last time, it's Dele Alli this time. That's such an unfortunate rebound off Christensen's shins. Straight back to Immobile, and then it's a simple through ball to Dele Alli, who buries it. Not having much luck with players breaking through tackles or with rebounds today, are we? Aubameyang in the game against Arsenal. And now Dele Alli in the game here against Spurs. Pretty frustrating to say the least, but we shall take it on the chin. Try, get ourselves... Oh, goal to go 2-1 up again, and if Hudson-Odoi had aimed for the far post, not the near post like I asked him to, we might well have gotten that goal there and then. Spins well. See the run of Eriksen there. I'm wary of it. Muller finds Kane, finds Eriksen back to Immobile. Good save by Kepa. I can't deal with that first time passing. It's simply impossible to change player quickly enough. I think Fernando Llorente's come on for Ciro Immobile there. You can see that, yes, that is confirmed. Toby Alderweireld trying to win that header. Kepa's come for it and will just smother it and make sure it goes out for a corner. And they'll try again here, Tottenham. 15 minutes to go. Eriksson delivers and flicked on at the near post by Kane, and Kepa makes a smart save. Said we might be under pressure in this second half. It's proving to be the case. We've managed to head that one away though, at least. His danger averted for the time being. Trippier will try and bring it back in towards the danger area. Dele Alli's chest is heavy, but still they keep possession. Trips into the middle. David Luiz heads up and away, but Dele returns it back to a danger area. Into Trippier again. Dele Alli, nice interception ball off to Sheik. Again, it rebounds to a Tottenham man, though. Fernando Llorente in the box. Kepa gets there to punch. He needs to get back on his line. Eriksson down to Muller. Can't take in the way. Muller. Kepa in the way again. What a save. What a game. I cannot believe that I can't get this away, though. 9 saves made by Kepa Arrizabalaga so far in this game. And the scoreline stays at 1-1. A number of them, though, not too taxing. Shots like that from distance that you would expect a keeper to save. Try and get this away now if we can, but Ross Barkley was rather slow in responding to that. Not sure what Christensen's doing there, but we are able to get the ball away. Pedro, come on, mate. Oh, no, it's the fresh legs of Trippier against the fresh legs of Pedro, and it's Trippier that wins out, but that might be a corner, unless it took a deflection off the Spaniard, which it didn't. It will be a corner. In the 87th minute, can we get a goal to win this FA Cup quarter-final? No, we can't. Llorente, Emerson intercepts there. We'll try and keep it in. I can't, like I said, I can't remember whether it goes to straight to penalties or to extra time in the FA Cup quarter-final these days. I know the ruling was changed. Looking for Hudson-Odoi, can't find him. Played away 3 minutes of added time at the end of the second half. I have no idea whether we're going out of the FA Cup, whether we're going through in the FA Cup. Place at Wembley beckons. And here's Harry Kane to Llorente, to Dele Alli, out wide to Kieran Trippier. Delivered into the box. Kane's there with a header. You just knew that that was going to happen. Tottenham 2, Chelsea 1 in the 94th minute. We're out of the FA Cup. The defender seemingly had goals, had position in there, David Luiz, but he just couldn't get to it. Kane beats him to it, and all of the saves Kepa has made. And with less than 5 seconds to go, Tottenham through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup at our expense. Out of one competition to one half of North London, out of another competition to the other half of North London. Arsenal knock us out of the Europa League. Spurs knock us out of the FA Cup. Wonderful. We are, though, still top of the Premier League, and with this game against Cardiff upcoming, I'm desperate to ensure we stay top of the Premier League. The gap was 5 points, but City had a game in hand. Well, sorry, it's 7 points, but City have a game in hand. Prize money from the FA Cup game is minuscule and not necessarily going to plaster over any wounds left by that last-minute winner for Harry Kane. To be completely honest, I'm pretty devastated about that, going out in the FA Cup in such a manner. We shall try our absolute best to ensure then that we do win the Premier League this season. The series is called Achieve and Leave, and so far we have only achieved the Community Shield. I would very much like to get one major trophy in this season at Chelsea before we move on at the end of the season. Of course, you guys will have the opportunity to vote on where we move to when the time arises. We may go abroad, we may stay in England. We'll wait and see. I would very much like to not get an injury to Thiago Silva is what I would very much like. And a goal to go 1-0 up would be great, but it's a goal to go 1-0 down scored by Gunnarsson that leaves Cardiff in front here. No, please. Thank you, Mauro Icardi. And another one, please, to win it. Go on, Willian, please. No, a draw again. That's 4 straight draws in the Premier League. We are 2 points clear at the top of the table. I do not want the Indian international manager's job, thank you. Thiago Silva's out for 7 days. That's manageable. Right, so in tomorrow's episode, we have Brighton, West Ham, Liverpool, Burnley, Man United. Obviously, we're going to be playing Liverpool and Man United, and we shall probably... all 3 other ones are home games. Okay, so I'll decide on the day, I think, whether we play West Ham, Brighton or Burnley, but we're certainly playing Liverpool and Manchester United. It's going to be a big episode tomorrow. A big episode. See, who do we have in May? Very big episode tomorrow. And in May, we have Watford at home, followed by Leicester away. Those two games might well decide the title. But for now, that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, boys. Do make sure you drop the video a like if you enjoyed and subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on the end of the season, which will be upcoming over this weekend, of course. And then you'll have a chance to vote, probably in Sunday's episode, as to which club we move to next. That's all for this one, though. Check the channel page for the CM RTG that went live earlier on today. Start of Season 3 there. But for now, I'll see you next time.